Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our live challenge announcement for this week.
Good evening, good evening. Hope you've had a good week.
What's with all the something and nothing in the chat? I don't know.
Hello, Charles.
Maybe that's related to something it shows on the YouTube page. I don't know. Or maybe somebody's recommending something. I don't know. I'm just going to ignore that. So, yeah. Welcome to our challenge announcement.
Hey, that was the wrong time of the year. Steve just then.
Sorry?
See, a load of pumpkins.
The Halloween.
The year's going by, but I don't think it's gone by that quick.
Yeah. Okay, Charles explained it. I think that was the pumpkins we made at Explorers at Voyager.
Yeah, they look familiar.
But yeah, I've just got a few backgrounds that rotate around. So, on to this week then. So, the usual stuff. Yeah, 7 p.m. on Thursday, we'll send you the Zoom link by email. And we'll be looking for some games. So if you want to run any one of these or something different or something else we've done before, that would be awesome.
That'd be good, because I think we've had a couple of weeks where we haven't managed to get into the games, have we?
Yeah, I think we've had a few weeks that have been quite busy with other stuff, so it'd be nice to do some games for a change. But yeah, and the actual thing we're doing on Thursday is another Monopoly run. Only this time we're going to create one. So you may or may not know there's a Worcester Monopoly board. I've got a copy somewhere, but at my parents' house. I think Callum's watching. I think Callum's got a copy of it as well. It's hard to Google and find where the locations are, but basically, if you saw the Monopoly run we did last time, we're planning on making that, but Worcester, with any variations you like, and depends on how you want to do it. If you want to split into several teams and have a few different copies of it, made by different people, and then you can play each other's, that would be one option, or we could just make one and then send it out so other people can do it. But yeah.
Yes, so it's the idea that we create it and then some of the guys that are young leaders can run it with their scouts or cubs or
something. Yeah. Or we can put it online and let other Explorer units do it if they want to.
Absolutely. Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. So if you weren't there when we did it, it's basically you go onto Google Street View for a particular location, and then you answer a question there, and then you have to work out which location you're at and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. So that is Thursday, and I'm going to hand over to Stuart now to talk about your weekly challenge.
Yeah, so something again going into a different direction, and basically, obviously, we've been locked down for quite a few weeks now. I think it's 11, 12 weeks, probably best part of 3 months. And over that period of time, I'm sure you've picked up and looked at things on the internet that we'd like you to recommend. So I'm sure you've been doing that anyway. But again, just this week, if you can look at those categories. So we're looking at funny, musical, challenges. So some of the we've seen some challenges that various people have been done whilst they've been locked down that have been quite funny and as well. Some inspirational things we've seen. I'll give you some examples in a minute. And again, we've seen physical with what's the guy's name? I forgot what that guy's name is. Wix. And creative, lots of creative things out there. So again, just an opportunity for you to recommend some of the ones that you've seen. So like last week, Steve's set up a document where you go in, you'll see those categories. If you can't find something for all of them, you don't have to do all of them, but again, fill in the ones you've got. I think you're going to leave some text as well, so if you want to say why you've chosen that particular one, you can. But yeah, so if you move on to the next slide, I've just thrown up a few things that I've come across.
I've actually put the slides in slightly the wrong order, so I've got a slide with where to send it to, which I'm going to post in the chat as well, if that works. And then, yeah, here's your...
Yeah, so these are a few that I've seen, which have... I'll put the categories. Say the top left is actually the young lady to the left of that photo. Is the lass called Beth, and she was one of the Worcester Explorers, and she qualified as a doctor. I think she finished her training last year, and she's taken up a position in Worcester. So she's been there. I think she's been there for all the autumn and into this year. So again, bit of inspiration that one of your Worcester Explorer is on the front line, as it were. The one in the middle at the top, I don't know whether anybody saw that, but it's a school, I think, in Telford, and they've been doing some musical bits, and that particular one they did, "I'm Still Standing," was Elton John was pointed in the direction of it, and he stuck a video on last week saying what he thought of their performance during "I'm Still Standing." So when he gets to do his next tour, when he finally is on a stage, they're going to go to that. So, but yeah, a young bunch, look pretty good. The next one on the right, the singing dentist. I only saw this one today. It's so funny. This guy is when you go to his other link, he's done other bits of music, but he's singing about PPE. Because obviously we're going to be able to go to the dentist hopefully in not too long, and it's so funny because he puts on the mask, and at that point he's got a black mask, and he does a bit of a Darth Vader type thing. It's so if you want to look at him, obviously that's Captain Tom, and then in the bottom right hand corner, that's a challenge that I've seen on one of the scout sites, and basically they get a bucket of water, throw it off the side of the screen, and then obviously the next person takes it on the other side, and that's been knitted together, and that's quite funny. So that's quite a good challenge. And then there's some three familiar faces that we've seen over this period, telling us, showing us their musical talents. So there's Alex there, there's James, and I say obviously Sophie doing her cooking, and lots of you others have been inspiring over the time. But yeah, so the challenge is to give us some good stuff to have a look at and share. The plan is that when we've got everything together, we'll send out all the links, and you can have a look at the links, and we'll probably show some of the most funny ones or the most inspirational ones and pick up those. But and again, it'd be good to see if you've picked up some of the challenges ones, because who knows, we might do them ourselves.
Just going to take a second now. Charles, what is with like posting Scartadelic like 300 times in the chat?
We shall wait and see.
I think Callum's right, by the way. It is one word as far as I know, although if Mike was
dispute going on
that. But yeah.
Any questions on that challenge? If you've got any questions, shout away. But it's fairly straightforward.
Yeah.
And leaders can do it.
Preempting that question, are we? So yeah, I'm just going to. Well, we'll keep our eye out for questions if anybody has them for a bit.
Yeah.
It says you need permission to view the form. Yes, that would be me screwing up creating it. I will fix that as soon as I get off this stream.
Good question, though. Good spot.
Yeah, thank you, Fish Slap.
I can never remember who Fish Slap is, but don't tell me. Sorry.
Okay. So keep the questions coming if you have any. And in the meantime, we're just going to mention Virtual Camp. So that is, I think, it's just under 2 weeks' time now, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's a week. Yes, so not next weekend, the weekend after. So
yeah. So we've got a few people signed up. If you want to sign up and you haven't yet, what's the closing date, Stu?
I think we were quite generous. You put me on the spot there. I can't exactly
Sorry.
remember. No, it's still open, so I can check afterwards. But I'm sure it's a long way through.
So yeah, if you
want to, I think probably the end of this week, because hopefully we'll be couriering something out to you to use during the camp. Who knows? It could be ingredients. It could be brown envelopes with challenges in. Who knows? But I think it was probably the end of this week, if I was guessing at the moment.
Yeah, and some explorers have signed up to help organise camp as well, which is awesome.
We've got 3 helpers, and we'll be in touch.
So you guys check out Discord, because I've posted some stuff on a special page for people who are organising stuff about how we're going to sort that out. But yeah, it should be an awesome camp. I was on a different virtual camp last weekend, and that was great fun. So I'm sure this one will be as well.
There's a few of our guys on that one.
Yeah, I think, I can't remember off the top of my head everybody, but I think Callum and Hannah were.
Yeah. If you're on it, guys, hope you had a good time. It sounded good from what Steve said to me.
Yeah. So, just want to double check. Charles says he's permanently banned from commenting on the YouTube. Is that because you?
Is that by YouTube? Or is that by us?
Too much. I haven't banned you.
No, I didn't think we had.
So I don't know how that's happened, but based on the amount of comments you're posting, it's your own silly fault. So
yeah, you make your own, Charles, you make your own reputation.
But if you're being serious about that, let me know, and I'll try and undo it at some later point after today.
It's a good piece of technology if it has. Callum's waiting.
I think Callum's on the money there. It's only banned him because he spelled it wrong. Okay, so moving on, we have a quiz. So you need to go to there, enter that code, and I think I can swap screen. So that's now Stuart's screen, although I can't see that.
Oh right, okay.
I can see it really tiny on there, but
if you're telling me it's my screen, I'll take your word for it.
Is your screen is working? It's just I need to organise what I can see so that.
Just a short quiz this week, guys, and it's sort of around lockdown and the sort of things that we were talking about for the little. It's not really a challenge; it's more of a task this week. Although the challenge is to give us the best recommendations. So someone's managed to get in, so it looks like it is mine.
Oh.
How many did we have for you in? How many are we waiting for? It's got 3 at the moment.
It's trying to get me to. Oh, there we go. It must have logged me out since I last.
Not up to 5. Do I need more than 5?
There are 5 people watching, so given that I'm one of the 5 on here, maybe there's one more person we should wait for. But
I'll give it a few more seconds for a number 6 to arrive. But
yeah,
the clock is ticking.
I wouldn't panic too much, and I will stick the banner up. there.
It's just 10 questions, guys, so it's not going to take oodles of time.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have oodles of time to do it today.
Cool. We are up to 6 people now, apparently.
Okay. Well, I'll click on start. Yeah.
Ooh.
So Captain Tom. How many Guinness World Records has Captain Tom broken? So I think you've all answered. So what do we think? It was 2. Yeah. Number 1 in the number 1 in the charts with is it Michael Ball? Yeah, Michael Ball. And then he raised the most money doing a sponsored walk.
I hope I've got this one.
There was I picked up an article today where some guy was getting a bit irate and posted not to let the children do Joe Wicks' stuff in the upstairs bedrooms because his ceiling had fallen down. All the plaster had come off his ceiling. Nikki Wicks is his wife.
I'm not sure I've got this one correct. Haven't really been paying that much attention. Oh, yeah, Zenith is streaming ahead now.
She's Dutch. She was Dutch, but she lives in the UK.
I've seen several songs. There's definitely one that was recommended, but I've seen. Yeah. In fact, we did that in the first week's challenge, didn't we? We did sing a hand washing song.
That's where the Proclaimers coming from, because I was singing the Proclaimers 500 miles. And actually, I spotted I'd made a mistake because I called it 100 miles. So their walk had obviously shortened.
Yeah. Callum, John Wick is like somebody whose dog died. I've no idea. Sorry, I don't know this one. But yeah, I'm not sure if that was a serious question, Callum.
Did I spell it wrong?
Which one, sorry?
I copied and pasted. It Callum says because he spelled it wrong. Oh, is that because Charles spelled it wrong?
Yeah. Oh.
I think you'll be guessing on this one, guys, but we'll see.
Depends how closely you are following the.
Because originally I was going to do how many campers did they have, but they were being very vague as to how many.
Yeah. 95,000 is.
It's raised over 300,000.
Sometimes random guesses do work.
Not a bad count, is it 68?
Sean, I hope you get this one right. Sean's on the county county team, so he ought to know this one. Charles is back. Has he created a separate account?
I quite like my answer. C. Shah jamming alone. It sounds very lonely.
Yeah. Oh. I'm not sure I should be allowed to answer some of these because I think I had a hand in suggesting some of the questions. Although, in my defense,
You like Scouts in the House?
I would have known the answers anyway. Oh.
I'm not sure we got back, did we? I tried to find out whether we were a bit short. We hadn't managed to. We got to the moon, and we were about 2/3 of the way back at one point.
Is that a bit like Apollo 13? No, they did actually make it back, didn't they?
Oh, this is the one where we raised about £300,000.
Yeah. How am I meant to know this one? Don't follow football if you can't tell. Callum, I do like that when you're correcting Charles's spelling, you keep making spelling mistakes.
I noticed it spelled Worcester earlier on from.
Oh, apparently I got that one right.
Well done. Yeah, that was in the afternoon. Man City Arsenal, I think, was in the evening.
So yeah, well done. Well done, everyone. I'm not sure much of my first place is down to skill rather than just randomly clicking on the right answers by accident, but sure. Well done, Fish Slap, Callum, Zenith, and Charles. And Sean, but you're a leader, so.
So hopefully, if you can get them in by Wednesday, your challenge, but albeit Thursday is probably still going to be okay, but not the meeting. If you can get it into the spreadsheet, that'll be useful, because we'll pick out hopefully a couple if we've got time to watch on Thursday.
Yeah, we'll see what we've got time for, and if you've got any sort of preferences on how you want to do the Monopoly Run thing, feel free to send them through as well. We'd love your input as well, because it would be a bit weird to have just a carbon copy of what the original was. We can do something like that and change it up a bit, but if you've got any ideas on how we can do that, that would be awesome. Now, while I think about it, I'm going to, because yeah, okay, I have now changed it so that you should be able to see the form, and I'll also post the link in the video description as well.
Sorry, I won't do that.
Just get rid of your screen there, Stu.
I'll check the closing date. So I thought I was looking at your screen
then. And I can also turn that off as well. Yeah, so I'm just getting a bit lost here. I think that is probably all we had to cover.
Yeah.
Have a good week, guys, and we will catch you on Thursday.
Take care, guys.